What's going on, everyone? Trust the Buzz here. If you're new to the channel, just know I make daily Charlotte Hornets content, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you cannot tell by the thumbnail or title of this video, in today's video we're going to be talking about will or should Miami Heat trade for Gordon Hayward. So in this article by Emily Bix of Heavy, she basically saying that an exec said that look out for the Miami Heat to trade for Gordon Hayward as a contingency plan or a plan B to Udonis Haslem. Now, why it may be a plan B to Udonis Haslem, I have no idea. I get veteran leadership, but that's Gordon Hayward's going to cost as opposed to Udonis Haslem. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into the article, and then I'm just going to give my thoughts on it. So, like I said, Heat's plan B involves Hornet star if blockbuster trade fails. So basically, the whole article is just talking about if they're unable to get KD and unable to bring back Udonis Haslem and things like that, the Miami Heat could look to get Gordon Hayward. Now, there's no problem with that. Gordon Hayward has 2 years left on his deal. Miami Heat really ain't too concerned about salary cap. They're just a team that's in win now mode. They don't have too many young players, established players. So you have Tyler Hero, who has been iffy in the last two playoffs. Then you have Bam Adebayo, who struggles to not score, but struggles to want to score. I mean, like Bam, I feel like he sells himself short personally. I'm a big Bam Adebayo fan, but I do feel like he sells himself short and doesn't kind of do the things you would want him to do on the offensive end. On the defensive end, I think he's great, but on the offensive end, it leaves some to be desired. But it's because the skill is there, not because he can't do it. Rather, anyway, I'm just here to say that I don't think that the package, at least. Okay, so right here, the quote. If you want to give up Tyler Hero before you pay him and you want to move Duncan Robinson, you have to add a pick. But those two guys and Omer Yurtseven, I just call him Big Yurt, that might be enough to get Gordon Hayward if the Hornets decide to reconfigure. It's a short-term move for Miami, but they need to make a move now. You can play him at the 3 and go big or go small at the 4. Here's a guy they've had interest in before. Now, we have heard rumors that the Miami Heat have been interested in Gordon Hayward before. Nothing new. Like I said, it does kind of make sense just because of the fact that Gordon Hayward comes off the cap in 2 years if you're the Miami Heat, or if it doesn't work out this year, you can trade him. And you did lose PJ Tucker, so there's that. The issue is the package. Duncan Robinson makes sense because while, Duncan may just had a down year, we know Duncan Robinson can shoot the lights out, win hot. He just may have down a year. You still gave him a lot for a shooter, especially a shooter that doesn't do anything else but shoot. And when your team struggles to even get in the half-court offense, there's not going to be really that many shooting opportunities, if that makes any sense. At least the way that team is, constructed. So it makes sense why they would want Gordon Hayward, and it makes sense why they would want to trade Duncan Robinson. Gordon Hayward, 2 years left, while Duncan Robinson has 4. So and then you would have to give the Hornets something to make them want to take Gordon Hayward. Duncan Robinson. I know that Gordon Hayward has been struggling to get healthy. So if you're a Miami Heat fan, you're like, why would we trade for him? It makes sense, but in reality of it is it comes down to the contract. You can throw injuries out the window when it comes to a deal like this. It's more about, all right, we trade for Gordon Hayward if you're the Miami Heat, and we have a chance to really win now, with Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, and Gordon Hayward, and Bam Adebayo. And if you're the Hornets, you're like, oh, well, we'll take Duncan Robinson. Yeah, he's on he's on a longer deal, but it's a lesser deal, and that team the Hornets actually do need shooting, in my opinion. The issue is where he was talking about Tyler Hero. I don't think that's going to happen. I know they may not want to pay Tyler Hero, but I don't think they're going to trade Tyler Hero, at least for Gordon Hayward. It just won't make any sense because the problem you have now is your half-court offense, and at times Tyler Hero was your only offense, and then playoff Jimmy Butler was your only offense, and that was it. So you're not going to want to trade Tyler Hero, especially when you're getting back Gordon Hayward, who may not even be there come postseason time, which personally I feel like Gordon's going to be healthy. If he goes to the Heat or something, I feel like he's just going to be healthy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's like on purpose not playing for the Hornets. I have a feeling he would just be healthy, and that is what it is. But anyway, you're not going to want to trade Tyler Hero. You want to add Gordon Hayward with Tyler Hero. So for Hornets fans, I feel like we should look at the deal, and I think it's a good deal. However, we're going to need a pick, maybe Big Yurt, and then I personally think it's going to be someone more like Oladipo. I don't think Oladipo really fits with the team. Well, I think he fits with the team, but I feel like adding him won't, you know, add too much. And I get why they say Tyler Hero, because you're asking the Hornets to take aim on a longer contract, but the Heat don't have much to offer. So if they're going to offer anything, like I said, it's going to be someone like Victor Oladipo, picks, Big Yurt, Duncan Robinson. You know what I mean? So the combination of Victor Oladipo, a pick, and Big Yurt is what you're getting for Gordon Hayward. And I know some people be like, "Oh, that's not enough." Because, like I said, you do get Duncan Robinson, but you gotta look at it as more so the Hornets are doing the Heat a favor as opposed to the Heat doing the Hornets a favor. So you would look at, all right, you get a shooter, but yes, he's on a long-term deal. But since he's on a long-term deal, we'll also give you Oladipo, a pick, and Big Yurt. Big Yurt, you know, has been pretty good, and the Hornets have just a struggle trying to find a center, even though I think Mark Williams is going to be the center. But and Kai Jones, obviously, I think he's going to come along, but that's besides the point. It wouldn't be nice to just have him to see what he can do. Victor Oladipo is more on a prove it deal, so if the Hornets are selling, that is a perfect place to prove it, and then the Hornets can flip Oladipo, and that's what they will be thinking. They're not thinking of, okay, what can Oladipo do for us in terms of on the court, but they're thinking, if Oladipo shows out, which he would have all the opportunity to if we're, you know, rebuilding or tanking or whatever, let him show out, and then come playoff time, but come All-Star break before the trade deadline, he might have some value. So you trade him, and then, like I said, you take the pick. Miami Heat pick won't be, you know, low. I mean, it'll be pretty high. Well, it's the opposite. It'll be like in the 30s, or the like 20s is what I meant. It's been a long time since I've recorded, but anyway, it'll be like the 20s, and so it really won't do much for you, but it'll give you draft capital, which the Hornets need, and especially if they're going to be rebuilding. So that's how I look at this trade. I think Tyler Hero is way too much, even if the Heat don't want to pay, but I would look at something like I said, Duncan Robinson, Victor Oladipo, Big Yurt, and a pick. But that's just me. Let me know what you think. I'm not saying I don't want Tyler Hero, by the way. I want Tyler Hero. I just don't think that's reasonable. I don't think the Miami Heat are going to do that. Pat Riley is smarter than that, I feel, even though he's not desperate, but he always wants to win. And I don't think sacrificing Tyler Hero is going to be something he's going to do. However, I just would not be surprised if a Miami Heat Hornets trade happens. But I just don't think Tyler Hero will be involved. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Let me know if you think there might be another player involved instead of Tyler Hero. I really don't think it's Tyler Hero. I would like Tyler Hero, especially if the Hornets are going to be rebuilding. I just don't see that happening, but we will see. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, I have a new channel. It's called Draft Nerds. The whole point of this channel was to talk about the NBA draft throughout the year, because that's just what I have fun doing, especially when the Hornets just weren't good at all. And so I would always be just focused on the draft and knew everything about the draft, and I missed that. So I just made another channel. It's not really, you know, supposed to be all that, but the link for that is down in the comment section below, or rather in the whatever, you know what I'm talking about, the info, whatever you want to call it. That's where the link for that will be. Just check it out. I haven't put a video out, but I am going to be doing my first video. I think is going to be about Amani Bates. So if you're interested in that, like I said, go check it out. Link down in the description below. That's what I was looking for. Anyway, that does it for this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.